I also think one other thing. I think Graham needs to instill a little bit more trust in me, because
you mean like I did with him back in the day?
Yeah, like he'll if I want to make a decision.
Do you have? I mean, does he have the fortitude to be able to to be able to do that?
I feel like we're in therapy right now. Like we're a mediator here. Yes. Okay. So I do. Yeah.
Right. So like obviously things that benefit Graham benefit me, and I totally see that and I recognize it. And for certain things, like I was picking out a new router for the house, right? Like for the Wi-Fi, because we drastically needed it. And I spent a lot of time. Alex spent a lot of time. We researched it. It was such a pain in the butt calling the Wi-Fi company, trying to figure out what's wrong with it. I sunk so many hours trying to figure out the new router. And then finally, Alex too, we settled on a router that we liked, and like these satellites that we liked with the router. And I go to Best Buy, and then Graham and I had like some back and forth on like the cost of the router. And I thought it was dumb.
I don't remember it. I thought we did it.
No,
this is Graham you're speaking about with costs.
Exactly.
I mean, come on.
But the thing is, it's for the business. And not only is it for the business, but like you're going to have me, a full-time employee, and Alex, a full-time employee, and Graham and Macy, and everyone's going to be hogging up all the bandwidth and it's just very important that we have fast Wi-Fi. And Graham was like, I hope you don't spend more than this amount. And I'm like, dude, if only you realize how important it is to have Wi-Fi that doesn't cut out. We would literally be sitting right here trying to get to comments or like be posting a video, and the Wi-Fi would like not work. We would have to move to another room. It was so dumb. We moved to another room because the Wi-Fi wasn't working here. But when we were in the other room,
this is still Graham you're speaking of.
Yes.
So we all know.
Oh, just wait.
We know.
We were in the other room. The video wasn't performing, and Graham said, it's because we're in this room. So we came back here, and the Wi-Fi wasn't even working.
I'm superstitious. I have to be sitting right there.
Superstitious or super?
Yeah, stupidstitious.
Superstitious.
I kid you not. I have to be sitting right there when I post a video. Otherwise, it doesn't perform well. We've tested other locations.
But the Wi-Fi wasn't even working here.
But they don't do
okay,
well.
Here's the question.
It's true.
Have you upgraded it?
Yes. I upgraded the Wi-Fi.
And now you don't have to sit in this particular location?
I do. I still sit there.
You still sit here because
the Wi-Fi's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there was flack from Graham. And it's stuff like that where it's like, obviously, what I want is going to be what is best for what is, for Graham. And what is best for Graham is what is best for me.
So here's the thing.
He has to heed my requests and advice.
I got the fastest internet that you could buy with this thing. And it was just this location here. So I think my rebuttal there was, let's call up the Wi-Fi company and see if they'll fix it.
You don't know how many hours I spent online with Cox. It was
because I was like, my thinking was like, we're paying for the good one. We should get that service. It was worth it.
So you're saying the trust factor isn't there after all these years of working together, and there's no trust factor.
Yeah,
you could get 95% the quality if I was working elsewhere. That's really it.
Here's a point. Right? Yeah. We talked about earlier about some of the things that you learned at Reefer Madness. Right. Well, sometimes if you have something, say, shipping out around Coral, or customers not happy with something, so on and so forth, it's seeing kind of play with sometimes improving upon something to improve something else is hard to see when you're already in it and you're focused on this particular thing should work. But yet there's an alternative to be able to surpass that and go beyond that, because we all know that cable companies are not always the easiest to deal with.
Yeah.
So finding a separate route, I mean, maybe, I don't know. I'm just saying that maybe in the future you have other technological advances that you need to make in the in and around the house. Like
we do.
So
we do.
Maybe,
you know what?
So maybe you need to do the same sort of thing. You can say, okay, well, this is the drawback, and here is the benefit.
We could save, even if it's 1 hour a week to get an iMac, that's worth it. And the quality will go up.
I said we get an iMac.
And
we're going to get one to test it out, though. Get one.
A happy employee is a good employee.
Yeah,
I firmly
dig
believe
Macs
that.
too. I work with both, but I dig them. They never fail you.
Yeah.
They never fail. They never lock up. They never, it's unbelievable how efficient they are.
I said that we could get one.
And
I just
how many do you need more than one?
Yes.
Two.
I just wanted to point out that
but they don't fail you.
They don't. I don't know.
I know you're editing different stuff than I. I'm still using the same.
Yeah. I get it. How many was it? How many YouTube subscribers?
3.2.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like 4 between all.
Yeah. I saw some of the number you make per hour.
Oh yeah.
So you in 1 hour would basically pay
Save
for
a lot of money.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And then you pay for
I
that.
don't like
in
to
about
make
an
big
hour or two.
changes. I like
I know
everything's
we
the
can-
same. We'll do it slowly. We don't need to go all crazy with 2 iMacs. We'll get one. Give it to Alex. Have Alex deal with it a
and
little
this,
bit.
Yeah.
this
And
is the
we're-
thing too. I'm splitting the cost. So whatever Graham and I buy for Alex, that means I'm in 50%. I'm totally cool with that. You know?
Oh
I
damn.
said yes.
So there you.
But I
basically
need
you're
one
paying,
too.
You're paying for one.
Yeah.
He's paying for one.
But
You
Graham
get
wants
two.
to wait for me to
Wants
get one.
to wait.
He says
what do
we
you
gotta
want? Generation 2 or something?
No, he just
how,
wants
how
to
long?
wait. I don't know. He just and there's no
So
end
my advice,
goalpost. It's like
my advice, if you really think it's going to make that much of a difference, do it.
And you know what? I just want to say,
Yeah.
I talked to Ines after, because we recorded a podcast with someone right before you came here, and he has a YouTube channel with these crazy like cameras and equipment and all of this stuff. It's $100,000 in equipment for filming. And I talked to him afterwards. He pulled me aside and he says, "You know what, man? Like, I didn't want to say this on the podcast, but you were right. You guys got to upgrade your equipment. It makes
works.
sense." He says, "I
works.
admire, Graham wanting to still use the towels as light diffusers and stuff like that. Like, I admire that, but at a certain point, it only makes sense to scale up, because think about where you'll be 3 years from now. Are you still going to use the towel as a light diffuser? Are you still going to use the Canon 80D?
Yes.
Okay, what about 10 years from now?
Maybe if
Are
they
you gonna
work.
But I think it just makes sense to scale up and to build a better
Remember how
production.
excited he was about that the Sony,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That
So here's the
Sony
deal.
camera. It's the
I'll
same.
make it-
$99, bro.
Dude, I bought a camera.
$99.
My camera, all of my equipment, it was like $3,000. And I spent $3,000. And Graham is rocking with like a $600
But it
camera body.
works. It works.
It does work.
That's what it's like. Why fix what isn't broken? It's been working this
It's
entire
a better
time.
experience, I think, for the viewers to have it just is.
I mean, the only thing that I always see is that, and I sometimes do this too, on Graham's behalf, is that if it does work, you can see all your upgrades. But the problem is, a lot of times with upgrades is that unless you have somebody that isn't comfortable to make that upgrade, you always fall back to what works. So making that upgrade sometimes doesn't fulfill your need, nor does the cost basically make it an advantage for you. If you can't make it work. So that's always the thing you have to look at, is that are you going to use that upgrades? Are you going to be able to use those particular things that are going to make that make that upgrade?
I wouldn't
work for you.
But you know what? Because you're here,
Yeah.
Jack, we'll get 2 MacBooks. We'll do it. We'll do it just because Chris is here, and just
go,
because
bro.
we're talking about it.
There you go.
I will make the leap of faith. We're gonna get 2. You could order them right after this,
I'm going to go in-store pickup.
Damn.
but make sure to keep the costs down.
We're going to get the decked out ones.
down.
Okay.
Maybe wait for a sale. Is there a Memorial
but wait
Day
a minute,
sale?
wait a
Alex
minute.
has an Apple Card.
Wait, you just said
Yeah.
make the purchase after this, after the podcast, but now you're saying wait for
Yeah,
a
Now
sale.
I'm thinking. Now I'm
Changing it.
thinking. Now I spoke
Macs
to
don't
you, but now these
Macs
are
That's
don't
sales.
your
go
problem.
on.
You're thinking
Macs
too
don't
much.
go on sale.
That's true. Alex has an
Could be a
Apple Card. You get
Memorial
5%
Day.
or
Oh, yeah,
3%
yeah,
off. or
5%
something.
off, okay.
I don't know. See, I'm excited.
See, now you need to pay me.
Oh,
With that
yeah,
email.
yeah,
I'm gonna
the
set that email up
consulting,
again.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm very excited. Even though I'm dropping probably like $2,000, I'm very excited. Very excited.